From crypto to AI infrastructure in one pivot, that's basically Galaxy Digital's story right now, and holy smokes, the numbers are absolutely bonkers. I just finished reading through their Q2 2025 earnings, and I'm sitting here trying to process how a crypto firm just casually dropped that they're expecting over $1 billion in annual revenue from data centers. Like, what? This isn't your typical crypto company anymore, folks. They just posted $211 million in adjusted EBITDA for the quarter. Their assets jumped 43% to over $9 billion, and they're sitting on $1.2 billion in cash and stable coins. But here's the kicker. The real story isn't even the crypto side anymore. It's what they're doing with AI infrastructure that's got me completely floored. So let me paint you the full picture here, because this is where it gets really wild. Galaxy Digital, which most people still think of as Mike Novogratz's crypto shop, just had CoreWeave exercise their final option for an additional 133 megawatts at their Helios data center campus. That brings CoreWeave's total commitment to the full 800 megawatts currently approved. 800 megawatts. Do you know how massive that is? Actually, wait, let me put this in perspective. That's enough power to run like a small city. And they're not stopping there. They just bought 160 more acres of land adjacent to Helios with a 1 gigawatt load interconnection request. The campus is going to be over 1,500 acres with a total potential capacity of 3.5 gigawatts. 3.5 gigawatts. That's like, actually, I don't even know what to compare that to. It's insane. The construction timeline has phase 1 delivering by mid-2026, phase 2 throughout 2027, and phase 3 starting in 2028. We're talking about anticipated average annual revenue of over $1 billion just from these contracted loads. $1 billion from a company that used to be all about Bitcoin trading desks and crypto funds. The timing of this pivot is just chef's kiss perfect, honestly. While everyone else in crypto was getting wrecked in 2022 and early 2023, these guys were quietly positioning themselves at the intersection of crypto and AI infrastructure. The NASDAQ listing on May 16th under GLXY was like their coming out party to Wall Street, saying, hey, we're not just a crypto company anymore, and the market's eating it up. Their digital assets business is still crushing it. $71.4 million in adjusted gross profit, up 10% quarter over quarter, despite the broader market seeing a 22% decline in trading volumes. How do you outperform when the market's down? That's operational excellence right there. Their global markets division had a 28% increase in adjusted gross profit. And get this, July was their strongest monthly performance in the firm's entire history. They also pulled off one of the largest Bitcoin transactions ever, selling over 80,000 Bitcoin for a client. That's got to be over $2 billion worth. That's not a trade. That's moving a small country's GDP. Now, here's where my brain starts to melt a little bit. They've got $2.6 billion in total equity, which is solid, but what really gets me is the diversification play. You've got the traditional crypto business, trading, lending, asset management with $9 billion in assets on platform, up 27% quarter over quarter, by the way. And then you've got this massive AIHPC infrastructure play that's about to start printing money. It's like they're playing both sides of the technological revolution. Crypto adoption keeps growing, they win. AI compute demand explodes, they win bigger. Both happen, they're basically printing money. The loan book averaging $1.1 billion shows institutions are still hungry for leverage in this space, even after all the chaos we've seen. And honestly, I think people are sleeping on how significant this Helios expansion is. We're in the middle of an AI arms race, and compute is the new oil. Galaxy's sitting on what could become one of the most valuable pieces of digital infrastructure in North America. CoreWeave isn't some random tenant either. These guys are backed by NVIDIA and are one of the fastest growing AI compute providers out there. What really struck me reading through all this, and maybe I'm reading too much into it, but this feels like one of those pivotal moments where a company completely transforms itself. Remember when Netflix went from mailing DVDs to streaming, or when Amazon went from books to, well, everything? This feels like that. Galaxy's morphing from a crypto investment firm into an AI infrastructure giant, and they're doing it while their crypto business is still absolutely crushing it. The fact that they had their best month ever in July, right after announcing all this AI stuff, tells me the market's starting to get it. But here's what keeps me up at night thinking about this. Are we even pricing in what 3.5 gigawatts of AI compute capacity will be worth in 2028? With the way AI demand is growing, with every company on Earth trying to build their own models, train their own systems, we could be looking at something way bigger than anyone's currently imagining. You know what's funny? I started following Galaxy back when they were just another crypto fund trying to institutionalize digital assets. Everyone thought Novogratz was crazy, betting the house on Bitcoin and trying to build this bridge between Wall Street and crypto. Now, they're building actual bridges, data bridges, power bridges, cooling systems for AI supercomputers. And the beautiful irony is that their crypto expertise probably helped them understand the infrastructure needs better than traditional data center companies. They know what it's like to manage massive compute for mining, to deal with power constraints, cooling issues, all that stuff. So when the AI boom hit, they were perfectly positioned to pivot. The $30.7 million net income this quarter, that's nice, but it's really just the appetizer. When Helios is fully operational, pulling in $1 billion plus annually, while their crypto businesses continues to grow with institutional adoption, we could be looking at one of the most successful pivots in recent tech history. Most people still think of them as just a crypto company. That disconnect between perception and reality, that's where the opportunity is. But hey, what do I know? I'm just some guy reading earnings reports and getting way too excited about gigawatts and gross margins.